This is going to be an experiment. New lights, new camera boom. With this camera I can use external microphone, except I'm not running on battery, I'm running on shore power, and that's the same socket that the microphone jack requires. So it's power or microphone. I prefer power, I think. The moisture in that is 59% on that fresh cut side. This large wild cherry tree was cut nearly 2 years ago. These blanks are from the stump, which have been sitting out in the rain for all that time. So the wood is not green, but it is wet. So I will turn it now and treat the end grain again. Let's put this in straight. I have a hard time with the Bic mark. Maybe I'm putting those in incorrectly. It's got flat spots, but they don't seem to correspond with anything. If you know how to put in a Bic mark worm screw and you see what I'm doing wrong, please tell me what that is. Let me go down in here then. Maybe this is a problem only when I'm using these step jaws. I'll have to experiment with the other ones. That's a clanking around, and now we have maybe 5/8, but it's straight. I hope that's enough. My table back there is a mess because I had to move a lot of things to get my new boom up on the wall. Now I do not want to turn in a sweater. I'll never get all the wood chips out of it. We'll get this shaped up, put a tenon on it, air shield. Three-quarter-inch bowl gouge. I first saw this light and camera boom on the Northwest Sawyer channel, and I immediately ordered one. There's an outlet to plug in the camera. No more dead batteries in the middle of filming. The link is in the description. Not until watching these first videos with the new light boom did I realize that light is too bright. I'll need to either filter it or aim it off to the side. 875. I almost always turn wearing a windbreaker or at least a jacket. My shirt pocket full of wood chips reminds me why. I don't need to be this meticulous on a rough turning, but it's good practice. That light is definitely too bright. It's also too low when suspended from the boom. I rough out the tenon with a bowl gouge, just because I like bowl gouges, and I finish it with the spindle gouge. For this rough turning, I don't have a specific tenon size in mind. If it's too large for a perfect circle, that's all right, because the jaw marks will be turned away later. Well, you don't need the dust remover because there's no dry dust off of here. Now I forgot to wax the top of this, but looks like it's going to come off anyway. Now, how did we do here? This might work. Ho, ho, ho. That tenon is more than 5 millimeters. So it's a good thing I trued that up. We are seated not on these jaws, but on the next jaws down. Yep, this light's going to be a problem. I didn't want to put it higher because I don't want the camera farther away. I got an option here. I do. And that is right on top. Get in there. Get the cord out from under it. There, we still got light. And I've got headroom, just barely. Now this is in 4K, at least it better be, so I can zoom in quite a bit in editing. Seven inches, so I need it 3/4 of an inch thick, 3/4 to an inch. And so if I go in 3 inches, which is to about here, that should be about right. Grabby wood. As I said before, this is the wrong size. I think that's a 3/8, 7/16. The hole in there is 5/16, so it's got 2/16 to grab on till you get to the bottom of the worm screw hole, and it's smooth sailing after that. Relatively speaking. I wanted to go to about there, I think I said. long reach for this small spindle gouge. I'll just stave high on this stuff and then use a scraper. Use my 1/2 inch smaller bite. Well, that's wet. Don't like doing that because when you raise the handle, you change the angle. This new camera setup's going to take some getting used to. Look at all that water coming out of there. Okay, that feels about the same all the way down. Somewhere. Here we are, buried in chips. I put dabs of hot glue on the tips of the calipers so they won't mar the wood. A little bit thicker right there at the bend. This should go in a little straighter. Pretty good the rest of the way out. Keep acquiring tools and I don't keep acquiring spaces to put them. That seems a lot better. Little bit of a ridge, probably not enough to matter. Not going to worry about that. I think I'll clean up the corner a little bit. Okay. Comes time to turn that around. Might go in here. Oh yeah, plenty of range on this. But for now, got to get this end grain painted. So that's what I'll do next. Okay, I've got this completely covered except for the this part. I'm going to do that next. We'll write on here cherry 58%. I think that's what it was. And today's date. And set it aside in the dry outflow of my dehumidifier for a few weeks. See what happens. So here's the new light bar camera boom. I moved the light up to the top to get it off my head and also get a little more distance from whatever I'm working on because it's just too bright. So the camera plugs in right here. Magnetic holder, I can move that anywhere. And I put my old boom back up. Now I can operate two cameras. The old one has the advantage of it operates in all three planes. The new one operates only in the horizontal plane. That's okay. If I need the camera a little lower, I have another magnetic holder. They will get me another 4 or 5 inches if I need it. My tools seem to keep multiplying. I don't know how that happens. Another thing I did, Forstner bits. Put them all in one board in one place. That freed up a lot of space here for other things. And I keep drilling holes in the table over here for more tools. And one more thing. Instead of having to figure out and measure every time I want to make a mortise or a tenon, I measured them all, got them all here in one place. So I can just come over here and say, oh, okay, this is approximately going to be about 60. What do I have here that's near 60? Oh, here's a mortise, exactly 60. And a tenon, 55. It's all right here because I don't have that memorized. And that's about all there is to that. I really like this.